we're from Hollywood. It's everybody's game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's Tic Tac Dough. And now, here's our host, Sweet Nightingale.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Boy, we really do have an exciting game for you to begin this show because last show we ended in a tie. Let's meet our champion who's winning a lot, as you know. Here he is, Jay.
That's right, Wink. Here's our current champion whose winnings total in cash and prize is $29,950. He's now working on 2 master's degrees at UCLA. Meet Dan McDade. And his opponent is a judge, a member of the Supreme Court of the state of New York, who also teaches at the National Judicial College. Meet the Honorable Joseph Patina.
The silent one is back once again, Dangerous Dan McDade. Dan, you don't say an awful lot, but you sure do have a lot of money. Dan, congratulations to you so far.
Thank you, Wink.
Do you know what your total is?
No, I don't.
Would you like to know?
That'd be nice, yes.
I thought maybe you would. See? Man, a few words. $29,950 in cash and prizes. And, of course, you know if you defeat the fellow that's on your left, you will win your second automobile. That would bring your winnings to over $34,000. What is that? $39,000. Listen, my eyes are the first thing to go. Dan, welcome back. Good luck to you. Joe is our judge from New York, right?
Right.
Joe, you sort of got into a little action on the last show, a little fire. You've come under the gun here with Dan, and he's not easy to beat, is he?
He's tough.
But that was a marvelous game you two played. Of course, it ended in a tie. So let's take a look at the categories in this brand new game. We're going to start with a total in our pot of $1,700. Here are the categories. The subjects are anatomy, sex symbols, foreign words, boxing, foods, U.S. history, scary things, Latin America, and royalty. Now remember, Dan, it's a most critical game for you. If you defeat Joe, it could mean another car for you. So select, please.
I'll take royalty in the corner, Wink.
Royalty, corner of the board, and here's your question, Dan, starting again with $1,700 in the pot. In 1975, the Bourbon monarchy was restored in Spain upon the death of this famous dictator. Name him.
Franco.
Right, Francisco Franco. We put an X there. Let's shuffle the categories around, and with the addition of $200, we're up to $1,900 in the pot. Joe?
I'm going with U.S. history in the upper left-hand corner.
Okay, his first category of the day in this game, U.S. history. Joe? One of the major causes of the Spanish-American War was the destruction of the battleship Maine outside this Caribbean city. Name it.
Havana, Cuba.
Right, Havana, Cuba. Put it over there. Let's shuffle the categories again. $2,100 on this game, Dan.
I'll take U.S. history, Wink.
All right, United States history. Dan, this 20th century president who devised a peace program called the 14 Points also proposed the formation of the League of Nations. Name him.
Wilson.
Right, Woodrow Wilson. Another X on the board, if you please. Let's move the categories again. Quick shuffle. Sets him up right there, Joe. Now in the pot, $2,300.
Got to go with boxing. I'm a little weak on that.
All right, boxing for a block. You need this one to block him. This great boxer who held the World Heavyweight Championship longer than any other man was known to boxing fans as the Brown Bomber. For a block, name him.
Joe Louis.
Right. Couldn't wait, could you? I don't blame you.
I was just glad I knew it.
He said he was so delighted he knew it. He wanted to get it out before he forgot it. That's good for a block. We put an O there. Let's move the categories around. In the pot now, $2,500, Dan.
I'll go for scary things for a block, Wink.
All right, you're going to turn around and try to block Joseph with scary things. This actor starred as an astronaut named Taylor in the science fiction classic Planet of the Apes, a film in which apes become the rulers of Earth. For a block, name the star.
Charlton Heston.
You got it. Good for a block. Put an X there. On the board now, we have 4 boxes remaining, Joe. We're going to shuffle and see what comes up for you to select from. In the pot, $2,700.
I'm going to go with boxing.
Going to go with boxing. All right, in the center. Those questions, as you know, Joe, are a little harder, but they're worth $300 to the pot. This would take our pot to $3,000. During the 40s and 50s, 2 men named Rocky held world boxing championships. I want you to name them, and before you do it, Here are a few extra seconds to think about it. Joe, once again, during the 40s and 50s, two men named Rocky held world boxing championships. Name them.
Rocky Marciano and Rocky Graziano.
Right. Heavyweight and middleweight champions. Joe, at center box, we have $3,000 in the pot. And we're going to take a commercial break at this critical moment, but please don't go away. We'll be right back. Players wins over 5 opponents. He wins a very special prize. Dan's gotten one so far, and all he needs to do, as you know, Dan, to win your second prize is defeat that guy over there. What is it, Jay?
It's a brand new car! The all-new Buick Skylark, designed for comfort and convenience, with front-wheel drive, providing impressive control and traction. And it's furnished by Buick.
All right, we've got a red-hot game going here. Let me set this up for you. We've got $3,000 in the pot. We got 3 boxes remaining on the board. Dan, we're going to shuffle now and give you a shot at one of those 3 subjects. Sex symbols, foreign words, or U.S. history. What's your choice?
I'll go with foreign words for the block, Wink.
Foreign words for a block. Answer this, you'll block Joseph, Dan. First, take a look at this foreign word, Dan. This is a very loud German word. What does it mean for a block?
Means thunder.
Yes, that's right, and you blocked Joe. Got the judge with that answer. Put an X there. In the pot, we have $3,200. Now, Joe, look at the board. You see how many boxes remaining, Joe?
You, 2.
2, right. Now, we're going to shuffle, and then you're going to check those categories very carefully. Take a look. Foods and anatomy. What's it going to be?
Anatomy.
Anatomy.
It's a block.
For a block. Joe, answer this, and we will have another tie game between you and Dan. The subject, anatomy. These 24 bones are connected to the backbone. They form a cage-like enclosure around the heart and the lungs. For a tie game, name these bones.
It's a rib cage.
Right, rib, go rib cage. So we got another tie. And in the pot, $3,400, another tie. Dan, this is really somewhat of a first for you because it's the first time when you were playing against your 9 opponents up to now, one of them took you up to 1 tie, but Joe, it's the first time that you've had to play 2 tie games. And we're going to show you in just a moment now 9 new categories, and the pot will continue to grow, as both of you know, from $3,400. Are you ready to take a look at them?
I'm ready.
Okay, here are the subjects. World literature, famous movies, plain talk, take a letter, Wild West, grab bag, religions, the 70s, and redheads. There are the subjects, Dan. Again, a critical game for you. Defeat Joe, and you'll have your second card. Go.
I'll take the Wild West in the center, Wink.
Wild West in the center, worth $300 to the pot. When gold was discovered at the site of this famous California mill, thousands rushed west by their luck. They came to be known by a term that indicated the year of the gold rush. Dan first named the mill, and then what term identified the participants in the gold rush? Here are a few extra seconds. Dan, gold was discovered at the site of this famous California mill. Name the mill.
Sutter's Mill.
Right. What term identified the participants in the gold rush?
The 49ers.
Right. Good for an X. $300 added to the pot. Takes our total up to $3,700, and let's do a quick shuffle. X in the center, and Joe, where's it going to be? Your first shot in this game.
Religions, lower right hand.
Religions. Joseph, in the 1600s, George Fox founded a pacifist religion, which was called the Religious Society of Friends. By what single name is this religion more popularly known?
The Quakers.
Yes, that's right, the Quakers. Put an O there. Shuffle the categories around. And with an addition of $200 as we shuffle, we're up now to $3,900 resting on this game. Dan, see if you can add to that total.
I'll take redheads, Wink.
I'll bet. Dan, during her distinguished 47-year career in film, this red-headed actress has starred in such movies as The African Queen and The Lion in Winter. Name her.
Hepburn.
Yes, Katharine Hepburn. Put an X there. Let's move the categories again. Don't want to make you nervous, Joe, but there's $4,100 in the pot. That's a good day's work. Go.
Absolutely. Plain talk to block.
For a block, plain talk. This large aircraft manufacturer built the jet transport called the 707 and the jumbo jet called the 747. Name this manufacturer and you'll block Dan.
Boeing.
Yes, for a block. Boeing 707 and 747. Let's shuffle the categories again. In the pot with the addition of that 200, $4,300 in the game. Dan.
In the corner for famous movies, Wink.
Famous movies, the subject. Here's the question, Dan. First, take a look at this picture, then I'll ask you the question. One 1979 comedy movie featured this unlikely marriage ceremony. Name the movie.
The Muppet Movie.
Yes, the Muppet Movie. Another X on the board. Another $200 in the pot. Takes the game to $4,500. Let's shuffle. Joe, your turn to select.
Got to go to the upper right-hand corner, religions, to block.
For a block on the subject of religions. The ibis is a sacred bird of an ancient people. Legend said that it was so fond of the country in which it was worshipped that it would die if transported elsewhere. For a block, what country worshipped the ibis?
Egypt.
Yes, for a block. Egypt. So an O goes there for a block. Another $200 in the pot. In the pot, we now have $4,700. Dan, we have 3 boxes on the board. Let's shuffle and see what you have to select from. Wild West, again, plain talk, and bottom center, famous movies.
I'll take plain talk, Wink.
Plain talk, he selects. Question, this country's national airline, which is called Aeroflot, is the largest airline in the world. Name this country.
The Soviet Union.
Yes, Russia, Soviet Union. Put an X there. In the pot, $4,900. 2 boxes remaining, Joe. Here's what you have to select from. The subjects as we shuffle come up religions and take a letter.
Take a letter.
Take a letter, all right? Answer this. We'll have another tie game, your third. Your letter, Joe, is C. C. This genus of plants includes the tangerine, the lemon, and the orange. For a tie game, name this botanical group.
Citrus.
Yes, for a tie game. Joe, that's 3 tie games between you two. I think you deserve that applause. That's terrific. So with the addition of $200 more in the pot, we have $4,900 in the pot. Dan is still 1 opponent away from winning a car and all of that money. And we have in the pot $5,100 because the computer hadn't added that 200. We'll be back to play another game between Dan and Joseph right after these words. Dan, he's making it tight. Perhaps, Joe, maybe I'm right or wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you get the feeling that Dan perhaps does not need a second car for his garage? Could that be why you're giving him such a devilish time?
I hope so.
He's being obstinate, isn't he, Joe, huh?
I'm making it earn it. I'm making him earn it.
Dan, are you ready?
I'm ready, Wink.
Joe, would you and Dan please shake hands?
Oh,
We're not
absolutely.
fighting. Here we go.
Absolutely.
This is your 4th game as opponents. Take a look at the subjects with $5,100 in the pot. Physics, bearded men, maps of nations, famous blondes, strange names, movies of the 60s, ships, about words, and Georges. All right, Dan, begin.
I'll take maps of nations in the corner, Wink.
Maps of nations as we start. Dan, take a look at this map of Northern Europe. Jagged fjords give this Scandinavian country an extended coastline of over 12,000 miles. Name this country.
Norway.
Yes, Norway. Good for your first X in the game. So put an X in that box and let's move on. Let's shuffle the categories around. In the pot, $5,300. Joe.
Maps of nations in the center.
Worth $300 to the pot. Again, take a look at this map of the Mideast, Joe. I want you to name these 2 countries which are world famous for their production of oil, and I'll give you a few extra seconds. Joe, for that all-important center box, worth $300 to the pot, name these 2 countries which are world famous for their production of oil.
Iran and
Right.
Arabia.
Right. Iran and Saudi Arabia. Very good. Put an O there. $300 more added to the pot. Let's shuffle the categories around again. And we're playing for a total at this point in the game of $5,600. Dan?
I'll take Maps of Nations, Wink.
Maps of Nations, third time. 3 questions, all dealing in the same category. Take a look at this map, Dan. The natives of this Caribbean island often refer to it as the Pearl of the Antilles. Name this country.
Cuba.
Right, Cuba. Good for another X. Let's move the categories again. We're now playing for a total of $5,800, Joe.
Georges to block.
For a block, the subject, Georges. The boss of the AFL-CIO is often called Chief George. His last name describes him as a rather gruff individual. For a block, name him.
Meanie.
Yes, George Meany. Boss of the AFL-CIO. Put an O there. Let's shuffle the categories again. Dan, look at that total. It's risen to $6,000 in cash. That's where the game stands right now. See if you can add another $200 to it.
I'll take Strange Names in the Corner for a block, Wink.
Top left, you're going for a block of the judge. Dan, Strange Names. He was born in Russia and made his American debut at 15. Name the American violinist whose last name is also the rear of a ship for a block.
Stern.
Yes, Isaac Stern. Good for a block. Put an X there. On the board, we now have 4 boxes remaining. In the pot, $6,200. Let's shuffle and, Joe, see what comes up for you. There they are.
Famous blondes.
Famous blondes. Why would you like to answer this question, Joe? You're going for a block.
I'm just
why.
amazed I'm up here 4 times, so I'm really quite excited.
Here's your question. Though this blonde actor has appeared on many shows, he's best remembered for his portrayal of Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake on the television hit MASH. For a block, name him.
Alan Alda Jr. is all I can think of.
No, McLean Stevenson. McLean Stevenson. So
Yeah.
we now still have $6,200 in the pot, 4 boxes remaining. Dan, we're going to shuffle the categories for you, of course, and you will have the opportunity to select. On the board, we have Georges, Maps of Nations, About Words, and Famous Blondes. Dan, what's your pick?
I'll take Georges for the win, Wink.
If you answer this question on Georges, Dan, you will win $1,400 in cash. You'll win your second automobile, and that will bring your grand total to $41,650. Dan, here's your question. This George won 2 Pulitzer Prizes for his plays Of Thee I Sing and You Can't Take It With You. He also wrote The Man Who Came to Dinner. For a second car and a total of $41,650, name this famous George.
George Kaufman.
Yes, for Tic Tac Dough. Oh, Dangerous Dan McDade turns out to be just that, Dangerous Dan, as far as Joe is concerned. Dan, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Now, there's a car for you, but are you married? No, you're not married, are you?
That's foreign words to me, Wink.
Yeah, but did you notice, audience, you had to stop and think, let's see, now, am I married or not? 1 question too many for him there. Dan, who gets the second car? I know your mother's been awfully helpful for you.
You've got it, Wink.
Is that going to go to her? Hey, that's nice. But we'll probably see her again as we try to beat the dragon shortly. Dan, your total is now up to $41,650 in cash and merchandise, including those 2 cars. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Wink.
Joe, I feel like saying in all respect to you, your honor, because, by golly, those were just exciting games to us, and I'm sure you felt the tension, the audience felt the tension. I know Dan felt it. And, of course, you've tied 3 times, so you get $250 for each tie, so you don't go away empty-handed. You have $750.
And I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Thank you so much.
You.
Thank you for being with us. Joseph Matina, judge from New York. We'll be back right after these commercial words. This gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, has played against 10 opponents. He's lost only 3 questions, missed 3, and he's answered 58. Now, isn't that pretty wild? I think that deserves a round of applause and congratulations from us. And to show for that, as you know, and as he certainly knows, he has 2 cars and a total in cash and merchandise, $41,650. If you're up to it, we'll expect you to try to beat the Dragon and add to that on the next show. Will you return?
I'll return.
You can't keep him away. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time with more Tic Tac.